these things you're going to find out in nature. So, yeah, you can go to the site, and it's dealing with indigenous knowledge. So what we're dealing with is we're dealing with nature-based science.
Okay.
So all of those things, you know, that we deal with and all the courses and all the lessons and so forth, they're all designed around, you know, empowering you and showing you how to go out into your environment and to find these things.
Okay,
so
wonderful.
Yes, absolutely, yes.
Okay, and before I go, I appreciate your time and your insight on that. I appreciate that. I had asked you a question in the chat. I'm under Psychic Girl.
Okay, I was about to ask that about it.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay.
Okay, when you were talking to the other gentleman, and you mentioned something, you were talking about, you know, protection of your home. You could put, like, something out in front of your door where spirits won't come and bother you or anything like that.
Right.
I saw a video on YouTube, and I was wondering if this is the thing that you're talking about. They showed this video was located in Nigeria, and this man had this pot. It wasn't just a simple pot. It was a consecrated pot. It had a fire, what have you, and they put it outside the house to protect the home and the family members inside that home. And you cannot put that fire out. I mean, it was amazing what they showed. But I was wondering, is that what you're referring to, about putting something outside your home?
Yes. I wasn't talking about that. I wasn't talking about that specific thing, but these things exist in many different facets. There's not just one shape or form or mold that they exist in. So that is something like exactly what I was talking about. Some things you could hang on. Some things you could hang on your door. Some things you can put on the ground. Some things you put in the pot. Some things you could sprinkle them in the air around your place. There's all sorts of things that you can do. But yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And I can find out more about this on your website?
Yes, I have a lot of information on the IKS website, and I just want to let brothers and sisters know we're still putting things together. It's still under construction to a certain degree, but it's almost there. Yeah, but yeah, you can still register. You can do all that stuff, and you can get information. And then if you want to ask additional questions and you need additional help, and we can always look. And you say that you can't get involved with the classes because of your finances may not allow you to do it at the time. So you can always get in contact with me through my email address, which is IKS lessons.
Okay.
That's lessons. So IKS lessons at yahoo.com.
Okay.
And, email me there, and then maybe we could talk or something like that, and I can explain some things that I can help you with. Okay,
and your name is Amati?
Yes, my name is Amati.
Okay, brother. Thank you so much.
Hey, you're welcome.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Okay, have a good night.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Take care. So brothers and sisters, this is what we're dealing with here. I want you to know that we're gonna deal with these issues. I know a lot of brothers and sisters have spent a lot of time and a lot of countless hours studying and researching knowledge and information. And I know that right now there's something burning inside of you that's looking for action. It's one thing to sit and to read this information. It's one thing to sit and to philosophize with your partners and your girls about deep and complex and quote-unquote heavy things. But when it's all said and done, it also matters, what can you do? See, that's one thing I dealt with. When I was dealing with the information and the knowledge, and before I started traveling, before I created IKS, before I created Mama, my nonprofit, before I did all those things, before I started traveling and so forth, I was deep into the books. I'm still deep into the books. But I was just on speculative knowledge, where I could speak about it, I understood, I could talk about the deepness of it, but I still wasn't able to operatively deal with it on the level. We talk about we're gods. We talk about we're the Nitir. We talk about we're this. We talk about that. But we got to be able to put ourselves in a position where we're able to solve simple problems that arise in our lives. Let's not fool ourselves, brothers and sisters. If you can't deal with simple things in your life, problems, and so forth, don't waste your time calling yourself a Natir or a god or a goddess or that, because you're fooling yourself. When you read when you listen to the folklore, when you read the literature of the gods, of the Natir, of what we call the Nawumi, the flesh and blood beings, the brothers and sisters that cultivated and that harnessed great power and knowledge in our ancient past and even in our modern, in our history that's a little more recent. These brothers and sisters did not solve all of their problems just by talking. They had knowledge that was able to put certain things into play. Do you understand that? I mean, that when you read about the gods, when you read about these great, powerful people like Queen Nzinga, like Shaka Zulu, and all these other people that, you deal with a sister in Angola. We're talking about Queen Nzinga. You read about her in Chancellor Williams, Information, the Destruction of the Black Civilization. He talks about Queen Nzinga. And you start reading about her, and this sister that fought against the Portuguese for 40 years and was never defeated, and that led her army into battle and was never defeated. This is a sister. Look, don't fool yourself. These people weren't great just because of simple things. You start dealing with these people, you'll know they were dealing with the power. They were dealing with the spirit. Look, let's deal with the Natir, Haru. These brothers and sisters, walking around with these Kemetic names. I have a Kemetic name, Asar, Mosred. But look, you want to deal with these Kemetic names, you want to deal with all this type of stuff, let's look at the Natir. Let's look at Haru. I just explained to you that Haru has the deity, or most people call the deity, or the spirit being, or that's above his head. Why is it that he's dealing with what we call the Mamotia, the dwarfs? So you telling me that a Natir, a great god of our ancient culture, why is he dealing with spirits? Why? Why do you see him standing on a crocodile, holding snakes in his hand, and holding other things in his other hand, and having stuff floating on top of his head? What does this stuff mean? Look, even the great Natir of ancient Kemet dealt with spirits. Look up the word Aku. It explains to you about the spirits that guarded Asar. It's talking to you about the spirits that guarded Aset. All these things. It talks about it. Go look at it for yourself. Look, if you want to be these things, you're going to have to become more active. Look, now is the time that brothers and sisters start dealing with these things, so that you are going to be the brother and the sister that is in the book, that is talked about 100 years from now. But it'll never happen unless you get off of your ass and decide that you want to put these things into action operatively. This is what we're dealing with here. This is what we're going to deal with here. If you want to make it happen, we're going to make it happen. Nature itself has made a way for it to happen. nature itself has a